What is up, guys? Kane here, and in this one we're gonna be talking about the Void Mirror once more. But in this one we're gonna be talking about the store and whether or not you should be buying the rare resources or you should be spending your coins for the experience for your heroes. Now, I've done majority of the calculations prior to the video, so we won't make this video like pretty friggin' long, and I don't really want to get into that math or whatever. So one of this experience card of 600,000 XP costs 96 of these coins. So if you had finished the Void Mirror up until stage 200, all perfect, you're gonna be getting 300 of these coins, which essentially means close to 2 million experience. So you can have about 36 Void Mirrors per month if you do it perfectly, to the point that you always are on time and you always enter the Void Mirror. However, that doesn't happen. You just enter a Void Mirror once a day, usually, maybe spread it out by just like an additional one. So we might as well just use like 30 to 31 Void Mirrors as an example. So if you would be spending these coins for experience, essentially you would be buying about 54 to I think like over 60 million experience, depending or not whether you will be having the Void cooldown halved event. I'm not sure if this happens every second week, so it will happen every single month, or if it just happens once a month. I'm not entirely sure, I kind of forgot. But if that's the case, then essentially you're gonna be having a few Void Mirrors more. So maybe like 4 or 5 Void Mirrors, because during those days that 10-hour, I suppose, like cooldown is pretty quick. And if you have a proper Void Mirror setup, it's gonna be early in the morning, then I suppose it's gonna be a bit later in the day, then of course early in the morning, or just midnight and stuff like that. So essentially you could turn a Void Mirror into about 60 to perhaps 75 million experience per month, at least in my own calculations, somewhere around those numbers. It's pretty rough calculations, it's not like exact. So it can be a couple of millions above, can be a couple of millions below. But then it leaves the point whether or not going for the rare resources is better or worse. So if you're gonna be winning this event, right? Winning as in rank 1, or at the very least rank 2, and of course you get the Kingdom rank 1, 2000 Lenari every second week is actually pretty friggin' decent. In terms of being able to get like what, 4,000, I think, Lenari, well over 4,000. However, if you don't and you just get like 1,000 Lenari, 1,000, I don't even know, because I think I'm gonna be ranking like rank 3 after this event finishes in a few hours, or at the very least like top 10, which is like 350. I'm not even sure if this person won't bypass me. So it would be either 1,200 or 900 Lenari, which is below 1,000. So in such a case, it's about 2,000 Lenari versus 4,600. Now you have to make calculations whether or not about 60 million experience would be better for you over 2,000 Lenari per month. I mean, we could argue that 4.6 thousand Lenari could be a little bit better than, say, 60 million experience, but then again, we would have to consider a few things, like how many heroes level 70 you have, and what kind of heroes, because, for example, if you have mages, sages, and I do believe necromancers, they can use 20% staff. So that 60 to 75 million experience essentially turns to 72 to 90 million experience. So that's even a little bit more. But again, 4.6 thousand Lenari is also Lenari. And you have events such as like Lucky Wheel, you have events such as Bazaar, and other stuff. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think you have anywhere that you would be able to spend that amount of Linari to potentially make up for the experience lost. I mean, you keep in mind, like, if you get a breakthrough with that last bit of Linari, in terms of lucky wheel, you get a lot of rewards, a lot of stuff, but if you don't, you might lose those. So there are nuances as to that as well. But personally, since I screwed up the last 3 times, I thought, man, why am I even trying? And I still require quite a lot of heroes higher level. And because I do require them higher level, I will remove a little bit of stress, like preparing for this, never just buying experience. Well, let's just count how many heroes level 70 I got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 heroes level 70. And the next one is Bane to level 70. Rogues and Mechanists, no research for that. Sages in general is the same. I think I can't even make them level 65 yet. Only 61 because their research is not finished. And after that, I will likely get Fenris to 65, maybe insert Avril again eventually, because right now the lag is just unbearable, and majority of the time I'm even unable to cast Avril as it is. Like, I have friggin' 3 frames per second in PvP sometimes. So I had to remove her and use a more reliable source. So honestly, 2000 Linari usually per month versus like 60 million experience. I'm likely gonna be not playing the Rare Resource Rush anymore, and thus me releasing the previous video. And of course, this video more or less talking about, I suppose, the differences. For me, I would highly value the experience more since my account is still growing. And only after I maxed quite a few more heroes that I will go back to buying the rare resources, because I do believe I still lack a ton of experience to participate in particular events, have stronger PvP fields, because some of the heroes, do mind, die and they carry a pretty decent buff. So for example, let's take Flora's. If she doesn't die, right, or rather doesn't die quickly, or even if a couple of levels would increase her HP to say like 10 million, she wouldn't die by a random area of effect landing on her. And if she doesn't die randomly, I have a prism, which is pretty freaking important on my field. Any damage dealt by enemy heroes or dragons to melee allies will be decreased by a decent percentage. When this happens to ranged allies, it will be 14% and stuff like that. There are more other prisms of like sages and generals, which if they don't die, they possess a ton of value. Like even Avalon has Guardian prism on him. In terms of abilities, he has Archer Mastery 10, which grants a ton of stuff. And then of course I have Ardent Aura, which also grants a ton of stuff. So that's 60% for Archer HP, and of course 60% for Humanoid. Now I think I forgot to swap that for the Ardent Aura, so let's see how much it will be. Forgot where the thing is for Ardent Aura. Well, anyways, oh yeah, I think this is, yeah, this one. So let's see how much that also gives. That gives 70, so 130% HP to archers, 70% frontline. So again, even leveling sages and generals would grant a little bit of tankiness on my field, with less chances for those particular heroes randomly dying, and of course my field performing better. But yeah, pretty much the rant being over, and there is not much left to say in terms of the video, just again comparing the stuff in terms of Void Mirror and the Rare Resource Rush event. Hopefully you learned something new, and if you did, do hit that subscribe button, it would help me out a lot. Thanks for watching, and if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that, and in return I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of PvP, formations, events, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care and stay safe out there.